SGC here. So this week, finally back. I was busy, and last week I caught Immortals advanced screening, so I couldn't push it out before it actually came out. It came out on Remembrance Day. So let us remember all those that have lost their lives, limbs, and time, so that we can have first world problems. So I just want to thank you for those people out there, still working hard and saving our butts. First off, I had comments about how my videos were too long, so let me start out with the score of this movie. Immortals, go rent it, or just watch it if someone will pay for you. I wouldn't watch it on a cheap Tuesday, and for sure not on the day of release or on a normal day, which is super expensive. I would go buy it on Blu-ray though, because of the effects and everything, and it's just, when it's super cheap, like maybe $10, I'll buy it on Blu-ray for $10. So I got some free stuff for once at an advanced screening. I thought they were gonna announce numbers and people would go up. Because like last time I watched the movie, they gave out like some legitimate sword replica, of course. But yeah, I didn't get anything. But I got something here. Yeah, that's my magical stuff. It says Immortals. Obviously, I'm not gonna walk around here saying like, look at me guys, I'm an immortal. So being the conspicuous person that I am and trying to blend in all things, I flip it around, and if you see that I have immortal on the back of my head, who knows what you may think of me. Of course it doesn't matter. Hence the hair. This is why my hair is so weird, because of the tube that I've been wearing. Okay, back to the movie. I didn't have much expectation. I watched one trailer and saw the arrows flying there and here, and I knew there were gods involved, so I was like, cool, I missed out on Clash of the Titans and heard that one was bad, so maybe this god stuff would be better. From what I heard, Clash of the Titans screwed up with all the gods, and from here, I was expecting Immortals to fix the god thing. Okay, so let's start off with the major actors. I don't know about you, but from the casting list, I only knew about 2 people that were on the list. We have Henry Cavill, who was from Tutors and is in the upcoming Man of Steel Superman movie. And he plays a dude called Theseus. Or Thaddeus. No, Theseus. And Mickey Rourke from Expendables and Iron Man 2, who plays a dude called Hyperion. So, super short summary of the film is that Hyperion wants to take over the world, and Theseus is chosen by the gods to fight back for our sake of humanity. But then for some reason he needs a bow, like a bow that's dropped from the heavens sort of thing, and on Earth, because the gods are super powerless to pick up something that they drop. And this powerful weapon, a bow, which isn't really that powerful. Well, I guess it is, because I mean it has unlimited arrows. Doesn't mean you don't have to have actual arrows, because you just pull the string and then there's an arrow. Kinda okay-ish. It's powerful, I guess. That's pretty much the plot. And of course there are things sprinkled throughout from point A of where he's like, oh, I'm chosen by God and Hyperion takes over the world sort of thing. Maybe? No spoilers here, remember? Henry Cavill, the tutor guy, his acting is good in this one. I mean, good enough that I'll be looking forward to Man of Steel. Because Theseus is very like, I will protect you, mother, because I will be brave and supporting all the good of humanity. And that's pretty much what Superman is. I mean, he's super naive, saying like, oh, I gotta save everything because I'm so like powerful in this world. I look forward to Man of Steel now, because Henry Cavill can see that he can portray a good Clark Kent and Superman. There's more expectation of this Man of Steel movie, because I heard from articles that they're finding a new writer for the next sequel already. I mean, like, the movie's not even out and they're planning a new sequel. But I must remember that it's directed by Zack Snyder, so like, sure, it'll be crazy action-wise, but story, who knows? So maybe I'll balance out to a mediocre, like, action comic film. So, Mickey Rourke. He gives the same acting vibe that he had while during Iron Man 2 and Expendables, because I'm just too chill and everything, like with his voice. From an interview that I read, he said that he couldn't really do much with Iron Man, his character, and that but in Immortals he got to play a lot with his character. I sort of see that. You see more of his evilness as in why he wants to take over the world compared to his Iron Man 2 counterpart. I mean, like in Iron Man 2 he's just like, I want to do something because I'm smart and I want to take over the world, but you never really get why he wants to ruin Tony Stark's life. But here, Hyperion really shows that he wants to do stuff with the world. But seriously, he needs a new hairdo, because like in all the 3 movies that I just mentioned, his hair is pretty much the same. And if he shows up in another movie next time, I'm gonna assume that he's gonna be the same "I'm so chill, guys" kind of character. Well, obviously there are more actors than just the 2 guys, and they are worth mentioning. And they're not really huge names, such as Luke Evans, who is not related to Chris Evans. Luke plays Zeus. He's cool. He plays him really well. He has this very vibe that he's like, yes, I'm the powerful god. There is also Freida Pinto, who plays Fadra? I can't pronounce these names from the movie, so it was very hard to keep track of who was who. Pinto was an oracle priestess. Her acting was alright as an oracle. I mean, like, her problems are more of a writing issue rather than her acting, because, I mean, what can you do when these are your lines? You gotta work with what you have, sort of thing. So some of her scenes were very out of character and very forced. Okay, so nitpicking. There has to be an opposite word for this, because there is no nitpicking here in this movie for me, because there's a lot of stuff that I have an issue with. Major problem. Names are such a pain in this movie. I don't know who's who. Like, you would mention a guy's name like once, and he would never be referred to by name again, so I would forget, because these are Greek names or Roman or whatever, and I would forget. Maybe it's my fault, but sometimes, like, when you have the main character traveling with 2 other companions, and I don't even know their actual name, that's not good. And the gods, oh my goodness, the gods, they're never introduced. Why would you do that? For a heads up, if you are going to watch this movie, there is actually Ares, Hercules, and Apollo, Athena, and Zeus in this movie. After the movie, I was talking to some people, and everyone thought Ares was Apollo. Why? Because it was a major fail. Why would you have Ares, the god of war, wear this, like, hat thing that represents, like, the sun sort of thing to normal people like us? I thought he was, Hermes, because he had speed and a hammer. Oh, and also remember the movie Thor? How it couldn't decide if it should be on Earth more or Asgard. Well, it happened here too. The back and forth of Mount Olympus, and it's just the edge of Mount Olympus. You don't even see inside. I talked to some people about it, and they were like, maybe it's probably because of their budget. I don't blame them, budget, but then still, at least make sure that Mount Olympus looks magnificent. And it is a shame, because Mount Olympus could have been another setting, but no, it didn't really work. I guess it can't be a setting when you don't even introduce the gods, because, like, these characters live on Mount Olympus, and you don't introduce them, so why bother with the place they live in? Thanks to Alex for pointing it out that, the mythological story is not even true. Theseus didn't do anything that was said in the movie, and Hyperion is useless in history. I call for more action on this film, since it was produced by 300 guys. I wanted more action, more, like, fighting sequences, rather than all these, like, talks about life and oracle and proselytizing. The slow-mo was super excessive with the gods, but it was cool because of all the gore and just like the magnitude of, oh my goodness, these gods are super powerful. And during these slow-mos, I thought Snyder directed this, but nope. So what's the score? Once again, if you forgot what I said already, go back to the beginning. Summary, go watch it if you have nothing to do. Like, seriously, you have nothing to do. You like Greeks, you like gods, you like gore. And slow-mo. Slow-mo, for sure you would like this film. If you were thinking that this would be better than Clash of the Titans, probably, that's what I hear. But how I see it is that Immortals should have been Clash of the Titans, and Immortals was not what Immortals should have been. So yeah, that is all. So like it, subscribe it, and see you Friday, guys. Hence the Took. So he's Pretus. So she was an oracle.